It smells like lettuce. What the hell? It really smells like McDonald's lettuce. I am extremely disturbed. Okay. Hey, welcome back. Today's video is going to be how to do the perfect winged eyeliner. So this is going to be a very in-depth teaching tutorial. I'm going to talk about some liners. I'm going to talk about some techniques. I'm going to demonstrate some techniques and how I perfect the winged liner. So timestamps will be down below. If you want to skip ahead to any section, they'll all be down below, so check it out. All of the products I talk about will also be linked down below, as well as whatever is on my face today. I'm also testing out a super secret foundation product thing again, so make sure to check this video out. It's going to be a very interesting one. Before I begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button and also like and comment if you like these types of teaching videos, and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you won't miss any of my uploads. Since this is a completely beginner tutorial, there's going to be a lot of talking, a lot of information thrown at you, so don't be alarmed. I'm going to make this as easy and simple as possible. So if you're new to eyeliner, there are 3 types of eyeliners. There are pencils, liquids, and gel. You can also do eyeliner with eyeshadow, but that is a completely separate video. This is just focusing on the different types of eyeliners and how you can perfect a wing with them. So what I want from my eyeliner is I need it to be waterproof, I need it to be smudge proof, long lasting, long wearing, cry proof. I need it to be completely opaque black. So different eye shapes will have different eyeliner styles, so keep that in mind as I am teaching and applying the liner. I personally have slightly hooded eyes. I also have very watery eyes, so keep that in mind when I'm applying the eyeliner. Since I have slightly hooded eyes, I generally have to make my eyeliner thinner, not as thick and winged out as someone with deep set eyes may be able to do. So there are different types of eyeliners that are flattering for different eye shapes. This is not that type of video. That is a completely separate video that I might make later on. But right now, I'm just going to focus on how to perfect that wing. So the first category is going to be pencil liners. So pencil liners are usually not as precise. They're a little bit more effortless looking. They're a little bit more smudgy. It's just that kind of natural vibe that you get from pencil eyeliners. These are usually the least long wearing for me, but I do have 3 here that I love. They're extremely opaque and very creamy on the eye, and also very lightweight. So you're not gonna get a perfectly crisp Instagram wing liner with these, but if you just want an everyday type of eyeliner, these are actually perfect to make it look like you're not trying that hard, but you're giving a little bit of extra oomph to your eye. So the first one that is my favorite are the Essence Extreme Lasting Eye Pencil Waterproof. I have it in Black Love. You can also go with a brown if you want a lighter look to the eye. So then I have the Physicians Formula Shimmer Strips Custom Eye Enhancing Eyeliner Trio. Okay, so this is the one for green eyes, right? It has a bit of green shimmer in there, but it's virtually undetectable on the eyelid. And this is actually my favorite. It's the creamiest of the Physicians Formula black eyeliners, and it comes in a 3-pack, so you can have some color if you want to play with some color, but you also get just a basic black. And of course, I recommend a nude for beginners for a starter kit. A nude will really waken up your eyes and make you look really bright and like you slept your 8 hours of sleep. I don't want a pencil liner that tugs on the eye. That is definitely not in my criteria of best black eyeliners. So now we're going to move into liquid liners. So liquid liners essentially come in 2 different brush tips. One of them is a brush tip and the other one is a felt tip. I do not own any brush tip eyeliners because I personally don't like them. I feel that they splay out very easily and it just dries out easier for me. So these are very, very liquidy. You will have the least control with these eyeliners. They're definitely for more of a seasoned veteran. If you have, you know, your ball rolling on how to apply eyeliner, I would definitely recommend this. So these will set the quickest, they'll dry the quickest, and these are just 4 of my favorites. In terms of just regular schmegular liquid liner, I love the Essence eyeliner pen in waterproof. It is a nice tip. You should store liquid eyeliners upside down so they retain moisture and the product will collect at the tip so you don't run out randomly while you're doing your wing. My main issue with liquid liners is that they will tend to gather at my inner corner more. That's just me personally. Like I said, I have very watery eyes, so I have to keep that in mind at all times. I do a kind of trick to combat that, but that is what happens with liquid liners for me. The Essence one is just a really nice basic eyeliner pen. I think of it as just a basic eyeliner pen. It is exactly what an eyeliner pen is. It has a nice tip. It's precise. It's smudge proof. It is just a good crisp eyeliner. This one dries down completely matte for me and doesn't look shiny. Then I have two that are kind of the really skinny fine tip eyeliners. So this is the Wet n Wild Mega Slim Skinny Tip Eyeliner. It has the tiniest point in all of existence. It is perfect for getting that crisp tip at the end of your wing. It will really stretch it out, really give you that nice point. And also the NYX That's the Point eyeliner in Hella Fine. This will give you the exact same thing. This is literally the same exact tip. Legitimately the exact same tip. It just depends on which one you can find. This one is a little bit cheaper than the next one, but these do not dry down matte. They're kind of shiny still when they dry down. So that is something to keep in mind if that bothers you. And now if you just want a kind of dip pot type of product, this is the Essence Dip Eyeliner in Waterproof. The waterproof one is always my favorite. This one has a fat, and I mean fat with a PH tip. It smells like lettuce. What the hell? It really smells like McDonald's lettuce. I am extremely disturbed. Okay, so this is just perfect for placing on the lash line, just kind of stamping the product there. Not really for wing liner unless you want a fat wing. This will not give you a nice, precise, crisp line, but if you have a bigger eye shape, you might want a fat wing, and this will be perfect for that. The other tips of the eyeliners I just showed are not as bendy and flexible as this one. This one is actually quite bendy. These are my absolute favorite liners. These are gel eyeliners. They come in pots, and if you open it up, you'll find the product in there. It'll be nice and creamy. Gel eyeliners can have a tendency to dry out because, again, they are in an exposed pot to air. And also another con of having a gel eyeliner is that you're going to need another applicator with it. You're going to need a brush. Personally, I like to use a very fine tipped thin eyeliner brush. You can use an angled eyeliner brush. It's just that I don't prefer it for doing a wing. I like the precision that a fine liner tip brush can give me. It's kind of like imitating the liquid liner tip, but with a gel eyeliner, which is what I prefer. But there are options for beginners who would like the easier way out. An angled liner brush will give you just that. You don't have to worry about getting the angle completely right with the fine liner tip as you would. So these are extremely long wearing on me. I can put this in my tight line and it will stay the entire day. I can put this on my upper lash line, it will stay the entire day. This is, if I want extreme long wear, I will put gel eyeliner on. So my perfect gel eyeliner is creamy, but not too creamy where it slides all over the eye. I want a bit of thickness to it in a way. It's not especially liquidy like liquid eyeliner, obviously, so it doesn't slip slide everywhere if you touch your eyelid the wrong way. So these two are my favorite. I love the e.l.f. cream eyeliners, and this one is in coffee. This is just a really nice brown. It is nice and long wearing and waterproof and everything that is good about eyeliners. This encompasses it. And then this is my all-time favorite. This is the Essence Gel Eyeliner in Midnight in Paris. They gave it a name. There's literally only one color, okay? It's in black. So this is really, really long wearing. I love this product. It is not extremely pigmented in one go. It is a little bit more buildable in a way, and that is what I love about it, because I can really taper out the wing without worrying about getting too much product on the wing, without worrying about it smudging everywhere because I put too much on. So I'm going to move on to the actual technique teaching demo portion of this video now that I've talked about my favorite eyeliners. So every eyeliner I talked about will be linked down below, so check it out if you are interested in any of these. So what we're going to start off with is pencil, because that is my least favorite and I would like to get it off my face, but we're going to start with pencil first. So you want to make sure your pencil has a nice pointy tip, really sharpen it. Even if they're retractable, it'll eventually become a weird nub, so you definitely need to sharpen it at some point. This is the Essence one that I'm using currently. This has been my current #1 favorite, so this is what I will be demonstrating with. I completely forgot that we need to apply some eyeshadow primer. If you have oily eyelids, even if you're not doing any eyeshadow, you're gonna need to apply some primer, or else your wing is going to be slip sliding everywhere. It's gonna gather at your outer corner, your under eye, just everywhere, and that is not what we're looking for. This is the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Eye Primer that I'm using. Definitely set the primer with a color close to your skin tone. So I'm just taking a matte powder and just setting that primer. Back to what I was saying about hooded eyes. So since I have slightly hooded eyes, I don't want the eyeliner to overtake my eyelid space, because I still would want my eyeshadow to peek through. I'm going to go really up close to my mirror, and I'm going to tilt the mirror down so that my eyes are looking down and my entire lid space is exposed, and I don't, make a mistake and end up drawing my liner too thick. So I have a really nice sharp point on this liner. That is exactly what you need. And since this will go down to a nub in 0.2 seconds, what I recommend doing, and now I think personally this is the most flattering way to get a perfect wing. So the most flattering way to get a wing is to take the lower lash line of your eye right here, and then you want to imagine it extending all the way out in the direction of your brows. So if you imagine there is a line connecting the end of your lash line, lower lash line, to the end of your brow, that will usually give you a very flattering wing for your eye shape. Now that angle is customizable for every eye and every person, so I find that it is the best way and easiest way to do a wing for beginners. So for me, I'm going to, of course, hold my mirror down, and then I'm going to imagine that my lower lash line is extending, and then I'm going to do some short strokes. You don't want to be doing everything at once, or else you will make a mistake. And now that I've extended that out, you see how it is just kind of a continuation of my lower lash line. And now that I've created that line, and this is the really easy part for me personally, is to go from the tip of that. And this is really hard to do while talking, so I'm going to explain it and then do it. So I'm going to go from the tip of the line I made, and just with the flow of my wrist, bring it into the eye, and I'm going to try and stay as close to the lash line as I possibly can. And I definitely don't want to do this in one fluid go. If you can't, take your time with it, especially if you're a beginner. My main thing with eyeliner is just to practice, practice, practice. That is really what will get you to memorize those wrist motions. Muscle memory is a great thing, and that is what will really help you out with this technique that I'm doing. So now that I have a basis right there, I can go ahead and, in short strokes, smoothen that line out. And you want it to taper into the inner corner. You don't want usually a thick, clunky inner corner that is the same width as your wing. I find that to be the most flattering for most people. However, you can do whatever you'd like. And then you can see I have a few gaps in my eye, in which case I will just go ahead and fill that in. Now this is something I'm doing right now, but this is something I don't usually do, is going all the way into the inner corner. I do have very watery eyes that will cause product to bunch up right in the inner corner, which homegirl's not a fan of, but just for the sake of this video, I will be doing that. And if you want to stay as close to your lash line as possible, hold your pencil at an angle like this. Don't hold it perpendicular to your face, yes. You want to hold it at kind of a like 45-degree angle. And then of course, I'm just perfecting the line using some short, tiny strokes. There is our wing. It's not something that I really enjoy, but it's there. It's here to cooperate, not to stand out. So that is a wing with a black pencil liner. So I'll be applying liquid to this eye, so I'm going to use the Wet n Wild Mega Skinny, and I have been loving these eyeliners. Look at how tiny this is. It will give you the best, most crisp wing ever. So let's do the same technique on this side of the eye. So for liquid liner specifically, you really want to go slow. This is probably the least forgiving pencil. You can kind of smudge out if you mess up, but liquid liner is there to stay forever because all of the ones I love and use all the time are extremely long wearing. So you really want to take your time with this. So we're going to do the exact same technique as the other eye. We're going to be starting at the edge of the lower lash line and imagining that it extends out to the brow bone, and that is what we'll be using to guide the angle of our wing. And as you get to the tip of the wing, you want to kind of feather your hand out so the wing will also feather and taper out as well. Okay, so you can see there I have my line sketched out, and now we're going to do the exact same technique. We're going to start on the edge and then bring the line in. Okay, so you saw that we brought the line in, and now we have a bit of a guideline now. So now I'm going to again place the mirror below me so I can see my entire lid space, and then I'm going to go as close to the lash line as I possibly can. You want to lay the eyeliner flat against your eye. Don't go in like this usually. And when you're applying the wing, you want to go flat against your face as well so you can get a nice tip. But I'm just going to smooth out the line at the top. So bam, there you go. There is a nice winged liner right there. Now if you feel like you need to sharpen up your wing, you could definitely do that with some concealer. I usually won't, but I will come in at the end and clean up both wings. This eye I'm going to take off so I can demonstrate gel for just a second. So I removed everything with some makeup remover, and then I reprimed. I put the same shadows. I just highlighted my inner corners and my brow bone a little bit, but that's about it. So now it's time for my favorite eyeliner personally. This is gel eyeliner. So I personally like to use this really fine tipped eyeliner brush. It works beautifully. It mimics that liquid liner felt tip, brush tip type of deal. Now, obviously this is a brush tip because this is a brush, but it mimics that type of applicator, which I like the most. If you want something a little bit easier, you can use a very thin angled liner brush that will actually create that angle for you precisely right where you want it. You can just kind of stamp it on the outer corner and it'll be perfect. However, this is just my preferred way of doing it, so this is how I'm going to show how to do it. So here is my pot, as you can see, and then I like to take my brush and really swirl it around, get some product on it. So I think gel liner is the most forgiving, to be honest, in terms of application. So instead of starting with the wing with gel, I personally just like to start with the outer corner where I apply the most amount of product. And then it's so easy to just turn my brush and bring that liner in. So here I'm just creating just a line on top of my lashes. And of course, again, like with the liquid liner, you want your brush to be at an angle, and you just kind of want to glide that across your lid. So you can kind of see how gel is a middle ground between liquid and pencil. It still gives you that kind of soft, smudgy effect, not to the extent of pencil, but just a little bit more precise than that. And it doesn't give you that really crisp line that liquid does. So now it's time for the actual wing. I like to dip into the pot again. And this is something that can be a bit of a con for some people, constantly having to dip back into the pot. But for me, it gives me more control over where exactly I'm placing the product. So now we're going to follow that exact same rule of extending the lower lash line. Okay, so now we have the edge of that line. I'm going to do the exact same thing where I just bring it in. Just bring that wing in. And then I just like to create a nice smooth line right on top. And there you go. We have wing wing. Yeah, this ended up being a thicker wing, so I'm going to go ahead and replicate the two of them. Actually, I'm going to show it on camera. When one wing is thicker than the other, you have to be very, very careful when you're thickening up this wing, or else you're just going to go back and forth upon thickening and thickening and thickening, and then you'll turn into a panda and your whole eye will be black. So, this is how I like to thicken. So, first I analyze it, and it looks like this is just a smidge bit longer. So I will start with that same edge, and I will extend just a smidge. You saw how little I extended it? And now I'll go back on top and bring it in. That was a nice fluid motion, so I hope you caught that. Bam. I think those are really pretty even for me, considering I used two different mediums of eyeliner. So now I'm going to show you how you can just kind of clean up your wing with some concealer. Okay, so you just want to take some concealer on the back of your hand. My wings don't really need this, so I'm just barely gonna do this. But just to demonstrate and just to teach, I'm going to take a very, very tiny, 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 tiny brush. You want to take a very small flat brush. This is a Real Techniques accent brush. And then you want to pick up a tiny amount of concealer. And then, if you really want to sharpen everything up, you can apply the concealer right under to just help drag everything along. And then just blend that out with your finger. Okay, so there you go. Those are two perfect, crisp wings. I forgot to mention one last thing for your perfect wing liner is so that you don't have a gap when you are looking straight ahead, is to just tightline this with the pencil. So this is just to make your wing liner look a little bit more elite, if you will. And also because I want to showcase as many products as possible, I am going to pop on some of the nude liner on my waterline. It makes me look a bit freaky, but we will see. Ooh, my eyes hate it. But look how much more big and awake my eyes look right now. So this is just me giving the full look right now. So this is my winged liner. And also this is the gel side, which I prefer. So that wraps up my video, guys, on how to get the perfect winged eyeliner. I hope I taught you something that you didn't know before. I hope I helped you out with your eyeliner struggles. If I did, please let me know down below in the comments and give this video a thumbs up if I really helped you. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the bell notification so you won't miss any of my uploads. All the products talked about in this video and what's on my face right now will be linked down below, as well as my other videos, so check it out if you want to support me. I hope you enjoyed this video and thanks so much for watching. Bye!